Hey, good morning. Happy Monday to you. So, I've got a couple things that I want to share with you. And mostly, I'm procrastinating my workout just a little bit. Drinking my Energize right now. I'm procrastinating my workout just a little bit because I'm about to finish Transform 20. Last workout in the program. I'm just a couple days behind because of travel from last weekend, which is also what I want to talk about. But I'm procrastinating a little bit because rumor on the street has it that this last workout is challenging to say the least. So I'm drinking my Energize and procrastinating just a little bit. But I am off a few days because we've been traveling this weekend for my youngest daughter, Jessie's very first college auditions. And she is auditioning to get into the musical theater program at school somewhere. We've sent out 20 applications and she's got a lot of auditions, and the audition season is interesting. I've been through it a little bit before with Josie and ballet because you have to audition for summer intensive programs, so I'm not entirely unfamiliar, but this is a different genre. It is musical theater. However, the parents, the kind of parents, are a little bit similar, and that's what I wanted to share with you this morning. Oh, thank you so much. Eat, Pray, Get Fit with Cheryl. That's a very long Instagram handle. Thank you. I appreciate that. So this weekend we were at a university in Nashville, Tennessee, Belmont University, and there's parents there. And I have learned through lots of years of kids in performing arts that the parents are interesting, and often parents of kids in performing arts are extremely focused, like hyper focused on that kid rather than sort of having their own thing or doing their own thing. They're hyper focused. So for example, I would go to dance and I would drop Josie off and I'm like, I got things to do. I'm going to Target. And the other parents would just sit there. I'm like, do you not have anything else going on in your life? So I found that parents of kids in performing arts, although this is not specific just to performing arts, I think it can be in sports too, but they're hyper focused on their kid as if their hyper focusedness will help their kid perform better, play better, get into college, whatever. So I've learned to create a little space between myself and some of those parents because it's too much. So we go to Nashville this weekend for Jesse's auditions, and I did specifically, take my laptop and I'm doing some work and I'm working and whatever. And I come back sort of at the end of Jesse's audition. And one of the moms, I come back into the lobby where we're waiting, and the moms are in there and they're like whispering. I'm like, why are you whispering? Nobody else is in here, just talk. But they're all whispering about the audition. And one of them asks about when we're going to know. And I contribute briefly to the conversation because I overheard someone say, well, we'll probably have some results by November. Okay. And then they keep whispering. And so I left the lobby because I got stuff to do. I don't have time for that. But here's what's interesting. Here's the part that I want to share with you. I'm outside, beautiful campus outside, and one of the moms comes over to me. She goes, I just got to ask you some questions. You seem like you really know everything. I'm like, I don't really know everything. And she's going on and on about all the auditions that her daughter has scheduled, and she doesn't know what she's going to do, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, stop. I've never met this woman before in my life, and she's telling me all this. I said, stop. This is a season of hustle. Your daughter wants to pursue musical theater. This is her passion. She's set up all these auditions on her own. This is her season of hustle. So she's going to have a lot going on right now, and then it's going to be over. And the mom was just going on and on about how it was just so much on her daughter's schedule. And I think moms, I'm talking specifically to you, but women really in general, we magnify the items on our to-do list and the stuff happening in our lives to such a degree that the magnification and the energy that we're using to magnify these events is really greater than the time at the event, if that makes sense. So this mom had magnified all the stuff that her daughter had going on to the point where she was like so stressed out about it and so drama about it, when it's just a season of auditions. And there comes a point where auditions are done and you have to make a decision, and that's generally in the spring, and then you go on with the rest of your life. But this mom had magnified these events that her daughter had to such a degree that she was so stressed about it. And I finally I said, stop. I'm like, this is a season of hustle for your daughter, and she's got a lot on her plate. And then we'll get to the end of audition season and it'll be done and she'll make a decision and then we'll go on. And then when she gets to college next year, if she's in musical theater or really whatever major someone decides in college, guess what? You're going to be busy again next year, and she's going to be in another season next year. It's not the daughter couldn't handle it. And frankly, it wasn't that the mom couldn't handle it. It was that she had magnified all this stuff to the point where she was so like, oh my gosh, it's so much. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is a season of hustle that has an end to it. So, we were gone all weekend. Jessie had her audition. This coming up weekend, we have 2 auditions back to back, one in South Carolina, one in Ohio, one on Friday and one on Saturday. So that means we're flying on Thursday, going to the audition on Friday. We have an ungodly early flight on Saturday, audition on Saturday. We'll come back home on Sunday. It's a lot. Okay. It's a season. Is every weekend like that? No. So what point is there in me or Jessie magnifying this weekend to the point where it just causes additional stress? It's not that big of a deal. It's not going to be super fun, in the getting up early and getting on that early flight, whatever, but it'll be over by the end of on Sunday. And then we move on for the next set of auditions, and then we move on, and then we move on. So women have to, mamas, we have to stop magnifying this stuff in our lives to make it's almost like, well, it is like, it's part of that whole culture of who can win the race of being the busiest. Stop magnifying these events to make yourself feel busier than you are. Stop magnifying these events to win this gold medal of being the most busy, and stop making it more than it is. Probably if you're busy, it's a season. And the flip side of that, as she was talking about her daughter who had gone through and actually made all the arrangements for all these auditions that she wanted to do, I'm thinking, you have a child who's so passionate about what she wants to do that she's already set up all these auditions. Parents, our job is to launch our kids and to support them in their pursuit of whatever it is that they want to do. That's our job. So this mom was complaining about, oh my gosh, she's got all these auditions and she wants to do this. Yes, and hallelujah, because our job is to launch them into being successful adults and to help them find their passion. That is not the same as being a helicopter center of my world parent. That is not the same. No, but our job is to launch them and to support them in their pursuit of whatever it is that sets their soul on fire. And if that meant for this particular mom that her daughter had 25,000 auditions to figure out where she was going to go to college to pursue musical theater, then get on board with it, because that's your job as a parent, is to help them find that passion. I don't do a lot of great things as a parent. I mess up a lot. I'm not very good. But the one action that I did do early on with all 3 of my girls, well, first of all, they were all going to take music. That was non-negotiable. But we took a ton of classes at our local YMCA, like in everything, so that they could find the thing that they loved. It took Jenna till high school, my oldest, to find the thing that she loved. And then by golly, we were all in. And I had to figure out ways to support her in her pursuit of that passion. Josie was an anomaly. She found her thing she loved at age 3. And then it was my job to support her in that. That meant I had to make sure that I was going to find means to pay for point shoes and extra dance classes. And there's no fighting it. Jessie's been in music class for a long time. She's gone through a couple of different passions, always revolving around performing. And once she got to high school, she honed in on it that it was going to be musical theater. And my job is to support her in that. My job is not to say, no, this is too much. We're doing too much. No. You know who does that? People who want to live ordinary lives. Parents, Our job is to launch our kids out of our home into the world as happy, productive people who are contributing to the world and making a difference in pursuit of their passion. And if that means it's inconvenient to you, welcome to parenting. Because that's what parenting is. By and large, we made the choice to have children. Yes, by and large, we made the intentional choice to have children. And even if it wasn't necessarily intentional, well, there you go, you got them anyway. And once you have those children, it's really a journey of an inconvenient blessing for you until they are launched, which means if you got to reschedule a couple things, or if I have to go to the library while Jesse's auditioning to do my work because I'm present with that, then that's what that means. If that means we got to get up extra early on a day to drive to an audition well, that's what that means. And if that meant when Josie was auditioning for her summer intensives in ballet, that for 6 weekends in a row, we were driving to Chicago so she could audition, that's what that means. And none of that means I'm doing that to the exclusion of my own pursuits, of my passions, and what sets my soul on fire. But it does mean I'm figuring out ways to support them at the same time. That's my job as a parent, to launch my children into the world as happy, productive citizens that are making a difference in the pursuit of something that sets our soul on fire. And at the same time, that does not mean to the exclusion of me. And it does mean understanding that there are times when we are busier than others, and that's called a season. So right now, starting last weekend through probably February, we're in Jesse's season of college audition hustle. So we're going to have a challenging weekend coming up, Thursday to Sunday, and then it ends on Sunday. Cool. Okay, that weekend's done, over with. Then we'll have a couple weekends at home, and then we've got another audition weekend, and then we go right into the Holiday Spectacular show at the high school, which is kind of, a lot, time consuming, a lot. We'll be home, and then we go to New York for an extended period of time where she'll do like 8 auditions at a time. And then we'll probably be about done with that. And it's a season of hustle. So it's not a season of hustle for eternity. It's a season of hustle for a specific period of time. And guess what? At the same time this is happening, I'm still doing the things that are my pursuit of passion, my pursuit of passion. And yes, fit and juicy VT mama. Does it get hard sometimes? Yeah. Welcome to parenting. I don't know if someone ever gave us the idea that parenting was going to be easy, but it's not. It's hard. But those are the most worthwhile things on this planet, the stuff that's hard. Yeah, you know what's hard? Hard's pinning a number on your child and sending them into an audition room on their own. That's hard. But just being there for them and making that schedule work, that's not hard. That's parenting. So what I'm imploring you to do, mamas, women, number one, please stop magnifying the stuff that's happening in your life. Please stop making it bigger than it is. Stop making it more stressful than it is. There's nothing that any of us are going through that probably other people haven't gone through, or that isn't more than that. Absolutely. Ignite Fitness. Also, could you guys actually make your Instagram handles your names so I could actually call you by your name? Ignite Fitness. Yes, when they find their passion and you watch that light up in their eyes and they know that they're on the path that they're supposed to be pursuing, whether it's for life or for that period of time, that's the most amazing thing as a parent. And if you are letting them play small because it's inconvenient to you, then shame on you as a parent. Shame on you as a parent. Stop magnifying the stuff that's happening in your kiddo's life and in your life. It's not bigger than what you think it is. It's just seasons and steps and activities. Stop making it more than it is. Stop making it more stressful, because when it's more stressful for you, you're adding stress on your kid, and they start to feel guilty and weird and all of that. Stop. It's just steps and activities and events. Our job is to set our kids up for the most success possible. That's the point. So that we can launch them into the world in pursuit of what they love doing that makes a difference somehow in this world. And that's going to be a lot of inconvenience along the way, and that's called parenting. And at the end, when they launch and they go and they do, it's freaking amazing. And shame on us if we let them play small because it's inconvenient to us. Our job is to launch them in a way that changes the world in some way. And it's going to be inconvenient, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be worth it. And if we had kids, then that's all part of the package. So mamas, please stop magnifying the stuff that's going on in your life. It's not any bigger or more stressful than you make it out to be, and it's not any bigger or more stressful than anything anyone else has dealt with. And if you're not sure about that, then reach out and ask for help. Ask for help. You do no one any favors if you try to do everything on your own, because you'll just do it shitty. You just will. So stop trying to do everything on your own. There's no reward for that, just like there's no gold medal for being the most busy. There's no gold medal for doing anything on your own except you being a martyr. And I can say that because I grew up with one. That was my mom. So I have firsthand experience with that. So I'm telling you, there's no reward for that. It's just you being a martyr. Stop doing that. Stop magnifying it. Stop being a martyr, and understand that in those busy seasons, they are exactly that. Seasons. They are seasons. And before you know it, you will blink, and those seasons will be different. And you'll be in an empty home, wondering where the time has gone and wishing you had those seasons back. So don't wish them away. Don't play them small. Let your kids find their passion and do everything in your power to place them in the places of most potential, to help launch them, not at the expense of you or your pursuits, your passions, your hobbies. Because as you pursue your stuff, you're showing them that they should be pursuing theirs too. When you're pursuing your stuff, you're showing them that they should be pursuing theirs too. You are modeling that as a mom, as a female, you can have your passions, still keep your family a priority, and have something that belongs and is yours. My daughters are very well aware that they are my priority, but not the center of my universe, if that makes sense. They are very well aware that I've got lots of passions and I love to do a lot. And most of it I love to do to create experiences and opportunities for them. But I also love to do it because I love to do it, because it sets my soul on fire. And when they watch their moms do that, it gives them permission to do it themselves. And that's what we want. Because if you are doing everything for them and taking out anything in your life that is for you, then they grow up thinking that's the way that they're supposed to be. And we're not launching them in the way that will make a difference in this world or help them pursue their passions. Everything is a season. The seasons will change, some more quickly than others, but they will change. Everything is a season. Don't magnify your stress more than it has to be. You're not any more stressed than anybody else. We're all actually probably blessed beyond what we accept. We're not any more stressed or busy. And if you feel that you are, then get some help. And if you're not, then that's on you. That's on you, because you probably can get some help and you're just not asking for it. Don't let your kids see you be a martyr. That just teaches them that that's okay. Or in my case, it teaches me to not do that and to start talking on Instagram Live to other women about to not do that. No, because I grew up with that. And that doesn't serve anybody any favors. That doesn't do any good. So don't magnify your stress. You're not any more stressed than anybody else. You don't have any bigger problems than anybody else. You can figure it out. And if you can't, you're going to ask for help. And remember that everything's a season. Our job is to launch our kids in pursuit of their passion. Period. You got to help them find their passion, and you got to help them pursue it. And if it's inconvenient to you, sorry about you. That's the way it is. That's called parenting. So if you didn't want to be inconvenienced, probably shouldn't have had kids. Just saying. That's the way it is. And remember, at the same time, it's still okay. It's very okay to be pursuing your own passions at the same time. You're modeling the behavior, you're modeling the kind of life that you want them to lead, only, better. So I didn't really see that in my mom at all, ever. I saw it in my dad. So I kind of got that from him, but I didn't see it in my mom. She was very much not a strong female role model in my house. So I'm not really sure where I got some of my parenting principles. I guess more from my dad. I definitely was my dad's girl. So I sort of took what he modeled for me. Sometimes he said it, sometimes he just lived it and integrated that. And that's what I hope to share with my daughters, because I don't do them any favors if they are the center of my universe. And I don't do them any favors if I don't help them find their passions and pursue their passions. And I don't do them any favors if I'm not helping create opportunities for them to launch well into the world. And I don't do them any favors if I'm a martyr and make them feel guilty about it. None of that is good. Zero. So use today as an assessment to see where you are. What can you get better at? That's a beautiful thing about life. Every day is a second chance. Every day, actually every minute, every second of the day is a second chance, a new chance, another opportunity to do something new, different, better. Every second of every day. How freaking cool is that? So take this day, take this opportunity to dig in, see where you can get better in some way, whether it's your parenting, just your relationships, whatever it might be, and take it and run with it. And also, go vote tomorrow. Women, we need you. We need you. 98 years ago, you didn't have the right to vote. Today, you do. So you can bet that my daughters, and Jenna, who lives in New York now, has already filled out her absentee ballot. Josie and I will be going to the polls in the morning. Jessie's not old enough to vote yet, that she's really annoyed at us, but she'll be wearing her voting shirt. 98 years ago, we did not have this opportunity to go vote. Now we do. It's our responsibility to use it. So use today to make yourself better, your life better in some way. Make it an amazing day, and make sure you go vote tomorrow. Talk to you later.